Think you need Django or Flask to serve your AI model? No. While those frameworks are popular for a reason, they're not the only way to get your AI up and running on the web. In fact, you can build a fully functional AI web service with just the tools Python gives you out of the box. Today I'm going to show you how to build a web service for your AI model with nothing but pure Python. No frameworks, no fuss. Just a couple of built-in libraries, and you're good to go. This approach is refreshingly simple, and it's a fantastic way to really understand what's happening under the hood when you serve machine learning models. Why bother ditching frameworks? By stripping away the layers, you get to see the core mechanics of web servers and requests, and you can customize every detail to fit your needs. When you skip the heavyweights like Django and Flask, you get total control over how every single request is handled. You're not tied to others' conventions or forced to include features you don't need. This approach is perfect if you're learning how web servers tick, working in tight or embedded environments, or want something ultra-light for a specific use case. Maybe you're deploying to a Raspberry Pi, or you need a tiny service for a hackathon project. This is the way to go. Let's get into the steps. Just Python. You'll see how straightforward it can be to serve predictions from your AI model, even if you've never built a web service before. First, I use Python socket server or http.server to spin up a basic HTTP server. These modules are part of the standard library, so there's nothing extra to install. With just a few lines of code, you can have a server listening for incoming requests. Next, I load my pre-trained AI model. That could be something from scikit-learn, TensorFlow, whatever you've got trained and saved. The key is to make sure your model is ready to accept input and return predictions. Then I set up the server to accept post requests. Those carry the input data from clients. You'll need to parse the incoming data, which is often in JSON format, and prepare it for your model. After parsing the request, I run the input through my model, get the prediction, and return it all as a neat JSON response. That's it. The client sends data, your model does its thing, and the result comes right back. Let me show the example. Imagine you're starting from scratch with just a blank Python file and your trained model file. Say I've got a sentiment analysis model, maybe something trained to spot good vibes or bad ones. It could be a simple logistic regression or a deep neural net, but the process is the same. In about 50 lines of code, here's what I do. First, load the model. This might mean unpickling a scikit-learn model or loading a TensorFlow graph. Second, listen for incoming/predict requests. You'll write a handler that checks the request path and method, and only processes the right ones. Third, run the prediction, and send the result back as JSON. The client gets a clear, structured response they can use right away. No Flask, no fast API, just pure Python, and it works. You'll be surprised how little code you need to get a basic service running. So when do I actually use this approach? It's not just for learning. Sometimes, it's the best tool for the job. This method is awesome if you want to dig deep into how web servers work, you're stuck in a restricted environment, or you're deploying to edge devices with limited resources. It's also great for quick prototypes, teaching, or when you want to avoid unnecessary dependencies. But if you're going to production, I still recommend a real framework for the extra features and security. Frameworks handle things like authentication, input validation, and scaling, stuff you don't want to reinvent for a big project. So yes, framework-free AI web services are totally possible. They're exactly what you need. They're fast to set up, easy to understand, and give you a direct line to the core of your application. In the next episode, I'll show you level up with Code Igniter for AI. Don't miss it. We'll take what you've learned here and see how a lightweight framework can add power and flexibility to your AI web services.